take in what you said, a good kick and where. Do you feel at practice, a lot of these guys, was there an extra sense of juice and energy out there today?
No, I mean, look, I'm not going to make it bigger than it was, and I'll let you guys in the outside world do that. But look, we won a lot of games around here. We've lost a few, but you move on. It doesn't matter if you play incredible and put up 50 or you get blown out. You move on to the next opponent. There shouldn't be some big drastic change and alteration in the way that we do things, the way we practice, the way we prepare. If it's good enough to get you to this point, then it's good enough from this point forward. So I haven't changed any of the stuff that I've been doing. Obviously, we got to play better. But if we're starting to freak out after 1 week, we're in big trouble.
That said, Aaron, after your last few losses, last couple of years, your numbers after a loss are absurdly good. Is there anything you can point to there on your end? Is it just a team thing? Is there anything to that at all?
I'd say percentages, Bill. I've been pretty damn good for a while. So you have a game like that and usually bounce back to average things out.
Well, he's right. Hey, they have been great. Peter, my favorite stat of the week is this. Under Matt LaFleur, the Green Bay Packers, when playing in California or Florida, are 1-5. Everywhere else in the world, they're 27-4. But in California or Florida, when they got to pack it up and go basically the same distance, west or east, they don't show up far more often than they do. And it makes no sense. But you take them home Monday night with Dan Campbell and the kneecap biters coming to town, overmatched, unless you're up 38-10 late in the third quarter. The Packers should make quick work of them. Now, it'll be time to freak out if somehow, some way the Lions beat them on Monday night. But until then, there's no reason to change anything. There is no reason to freak out. There's no reason to do anything differently because it's worked the last couple of years in Green Bay, and it's worked as long as Aaron Rodgers has been there. But we only have one piece of evidence for now, and that is they got the crap kicked out of them by the Saints on Sunday. So until they push that memory out of our field of vision and put a victory there, a resounding old-school Packers victory there, we're going to wonder whether what we saw on Sunday was the aberration or the start of a new trend.
Yeah, Mike, I kind of look at that Florida-California record in a little bit of a different way, okay? The Green Bay Packers basically are going to be the home opener for the San Francisco 49ers next week, okay? That will be the fourth game they have played at Levi's Stadium in 22 months. They've played there more than almost all the teams in the NFC West combined in that period. It's just a total schedule quirk along with, obviously, the playoff game in the 19 season. But I look at it this way. They played the New Orleans Saints in Jacksonville. They didn't play the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. They played a talent-rich 49ers team twice in 2019 and got creamed once and semi-creamed, in the playoffs, And so I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, in California and Florida they stink.
Well, I am,
they
Peter,
may have
because Peter,
records, but
here's why I am. Because too many times after they play in one of those games, we hear we had low energy. We weren't ready to play. Zadarius Smith told Sims and I at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, after they got their butts kicked 37-20 in the NFC Championship, we had a lot of guys who weren't ready to play, including me. They lost 26-11 to the Chargers in 2019, a team that they were much better than.
Why does that matter if it's in California?
I don't know. But that's where. Well, but Peter, Peter, it's not ridiculous. When you're 27-4 everywhere else and you're 1-5, when you have to get on a plane and go to California or Florida, 38-10 last year to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, blew a 10-point lead, and you hear these comments about energy. That's what we heard about. How are you lacking energy for the first game of the season? How in the hell do the Green Bay Packers show up for the New Orleans Saints in a game where every advantage is falling the Packers' way because they don't have to go to the Superdome. They get to play the Saints outdoors in Jacksonville. How do you not have the appropriate energy level for that game? That's what's glaring to me. Everywhere else, not an issue. But for whatever reason, God forbid, when they have to get on a plane and fly somewhere, they lose something in the process. And it's just, I don't know what the reason is. It's just damn odd to me that it happens where you can go 1-5 on the two coasts and 27-4 everywhere else.
What's the difference between flying in consecutive weeks last year, flying to Tampa 1 week, and then flying to Houston the next week? I'll tell you the difference. Tampa's good, Houston stinks. That's the difference.
Well,
it's a
but Peter, if you're an elite
stat. It doesn't mean anything.
But you're an elite team. They're 13-3 the last 2 years. You can't. And now I'm going to be candid with you. I don't remember any comments coming out of that Tampa Bay butt kicking along the lines of we lacked energy or we weren't ready. But there have been quotes, 3 of these losses that I can point to. This past week, we were low energy. NFC Championship, we weren't ready to play. How the hell are you not ready to play in the NFC Championship game? And then they go to play the Chargers, who they should have shellacked in that soccer stadium that was overrun by cheeseheads, and they lose 26-11 to an inferior team. And Rodgers is saying, well, we had issues with preparation. We guys didn't get enough rest. It's weird. And my point is, Monday night we'll find out whether or not this is just another one of these strange data points where every once in a while they step on a rake, but they're otherwise a great team, or is there something deeper going on? If they make quick work of the Lions, this is the Packers we've seen in the past few years. They're typically going to win games. Every once in a while they're going to step in a pothole, and we're not going to know why, but it's typically going to happen in California or Florida. The Packers that we may be getting, we don't know yet, may have a harder time with the Lions than we imagine. We just don't know. That's the fun of it. Monday night's game, we're going to find out whether it's 2019 and 2020 all over again or whether there's been some fundamental change to the Packers. They lose this game Monday night, there's been some fundamental change to the Packers.
Look, for our lifetime, Mike, for most of our lifetime, the Detroit Lions have been the JV that the Green Bay Packers can beat up on. Okay, and I don't expect it to be much different this week. But just one more thing about all this. I mean, what bothers me coming out of that game in Jacksonville, and Mike, you watched it, I watched it, we all watched it. America watched that game closely. And here's what bothered me about that game. Where was the anger on the sidelines? Where was some degree of passion? Where was fury? There was none of it. I didn't see anything. I want to see Devontae Adams throw his helmet. I want to see somebody. I want to see Kenny Galladay type pissed offedness at some point during that game by somebody. And I realize Aaron Rodgers does not respond to crap like that the way Tom Brady does. He just doesn't, never has. But where's the coach? Where is anybody with passion and fury about getting totally embarrassed by Jameis Winston in your first game of the year that you have had 6 months to prepare for? That would bother me. I don't care if the game is played in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't care. It didn't matter where the game was. What bothered me, though, is to see that their apparent, acceptance of this horrendous day.
You know who I think was from Trinidad and Tobago?
No.
Jean-Paul. You know who Jean-Paul is? So, anyway.
Very good.
Anyway, Sims made this point earlier in the week. The Packers don't have any of those crazy psycho guys whose mere starting of their own lawnmower before the game or during the game will rub off on other guys who see it and say, I've got to match their energy. And this is one of the realities of roster construction in the NFL. You got to have a couple of those guys floating around in the locker room, acting crazy.
You wanted John Randall.
Aqib Talib, somebody who's just over the top.
Right.
because it gives everyone else that boost they need. Well, why are we low energy? Well, we have nobody who's really high energy. Maybe that's why we were low energy.
I don't know. I think it all comes back to Jake Kummerow.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.